Hello everyone. So for my final project for building a sustainable world, I am going to be discussing the effects of habitat loss and fragmentation on the endangered golden-cheeked warbler in central Texas. So the golden-cheeked warbler is a species of migratory songbird that is endemic to central Texas, and it is listed as an endangered species by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Like many endemic species, the golden-cheeked warbler is particularly at risk of extinction due to the effects of human activities and climate change. This bird is particularly of interest to me because I'm lucky enough to live right in the middle of its breeding range. And every year I look forward to seeing this species and hearing its breeding songs. So ensuring that I am able to enjoy this species in the years to come is really important to me. Not only is this species important just because of the enjoyment it can bring to us, but it also provides a valuable ecosystem service. This species of bird is an insectivore, and its consumption of insects keeps insect populations in check, providing an essential pest control service.
The habitat these birds rely on provides services such as watershed management, reducing soil erosion, and preventing reduced water retention from occurring. Their habitat also maintains connectivity, allowing species to have access to plentiful resources and increasing genetic variation amongst species.
If we allow more bird species like this warbler to become threatened, not only will we lose the valuable ecosystem services they provide to us, but their loss will potentially throw off the balance of ecosystems because every organism is a critical part of a whole system. Threats to the golden-cheeked warbler include habitat loss and habitat fragmentation. I will be discussing these threats and actions to take in order to preserve the future of this species and Earth's biodiversity as a whole. So, to describe its habitat, the presence of mature ash juniper trees is critical to the survival of this species. The golden-cheeked warbler relies on mature woodlands consisting of ash juniper alongside native deciduous hardwood tree species. The trees this species selects for nesting habitat are generally at least 15 feet tall with a trunk diameter of about 5 inches at 4 feet above the ground. The juniper trees must have shedding bark. The warblers take strips of bark from ash juniper to use as their nesting material, and the warblers are most often found in large contiguous woodland areas with a high density of mature trees and a dense upper canopy. They prefer a range of tree heights and a high density of deciduous species. The warblers select various tree species for use as their actual nesting sites, though all trees nested in by these warblers have nests containing strips of ash juniper bark woven together with spider webs, which I think is really cool. Golden-cheeked warblers are insectivores, like I mentioned earlier, and oaks and junipers are crucial because they provide the habitat for the insects for these birds during the breeding season. So when it comes to habitat loss and habitat fragmentation, the specific habitat requirements that are necessary for these warblers mean that any loss or destruction of habitat will lead to a reduction in the golden-cheeked warbler population. Habitat fragmentation is a result of decreased connectivity and increased distance between remnant habitat patches. This loss and fragmentation is due primarily to the clearing of land for agriculture and urbanization. Other factors impacting the habitat are fires due to climate change and fire suppression as well. Climate change exacerbates fire risk by increasing dry conditions. Conversely, prescribed fires work to reduce fire risk by removing potential fuel for wildfires, which results in more loss of habitat for this species. These pose a huge threat to the golden-cheeked warbler, whose numbers are already low. Habitat fragmentation might reduce gene flow, resulting in a decrease in genetic variation among populations of this species over time. It also reduces the carrying capacity of the habitat, as well as the success of breeding pairs of warblers. These birds prefer areas of habitat that are within a close proximity to other potential habitat areas for them, because it allows for increased availability of food, available nesting sites, and mate potential. The juniper woodlands that these birds rely on do not recover from disturbances quickly, and their reliance on the mature trees mean that preserving this habitat is critical for the success of this species.
Additionally, habitat loss and fragmentation pose an ethical issue for us humans as well. Should we throw out the preservation of our Earth's biodiversity in exchange for short-term monetary gain? When we prioritize the rapid growth and expansion of human developments, we reduce not only the quality of life for these birds and other animals, but human quality of life as well by the negative impacts made to the quality of our environment.
But all is not lost for the golden-cheeked warbler. By participating in your community and getting involved in local decisions that might impact the habitats of species like the golden-cheeked warbler, you can do your part to protect these species. Additionally, getting involved with your local state or national parks and volunteering with them to survey species populations or to clean up habitat is a valuable action to take as well. More specific actions you can take as an individual include creating bird-friendly gardens that attract native insects, keeping your cats indoors as they are an invasive species, and this will prevent them from killing birds and reducing their populations. And applying special films to your windows can help prevent bird strikes. These are steps that anyone can take to help bird species, regardless of whether or not you are a Central Texas resident like me. By preserving habitat and limiting fragmentation, we can preserve not only this species, but other species as well, because every species is part of the whole system, and when one species is removed due to habitat loss, habitat fragmentation, climate change, different things that human activity causes, it messes up the whole system. So make sure and do your part to help out. Thank you so much.